got to pull up the text. Where were we?
We were somewhere there.
Somewhere there.
I had a bookmark in my book, but it disappeared.
Let me see.
I think it was like 115. It's paragraph 9. No. I'll find it. Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, Rabbeinu Bachya, paragraph 10,
Yeah.
part 1.
Ayen Bachia.
You have a very Chabad looking Chanukia.
That
I
was
guess very Rashi looking Chanukia.
Yeah, very Maimonides looking Chanukia.
Over. Yeah.
Yep. Basically, all the halakhic sources have a certain type of Chanukia, which is why Chabad does what Chabad does, despite everyone losing their minds over it.
Because all the coins we find is around it. Yeah, it is weird.
But so Chabad has several reasons why that might be.
Mm-hmm.
Including that using a menorah like the one that in the temple is forbidden outside the temple. So people may have used more rounded ones outside the temple.
Interesting. Never heard about that one.
Yeah, the Rebbe has a lot of Chabad has been answering this question for a good 50 years now.
Yeah.
When people started losing their minds, when Chabad first started using, and Shadow doesn't seem to like all the fire. She's like, why is there fire in front of my water? Yeah. I don't know. That one is like burning so much more than the other ones, which makes the least sense because that's the one. Oh, you know what it is?
The wick.
No. This is the one that the other ones are on top of the old ones, so they're a little bit higher than that one, which doesn't have any old wax in it.
Interesting.
That's why that one's so much shorter. Anyway. Yes, it is the 5th night of Hanukkah. People may be wondering why there's a fire being. That is why things are on fire. Okay. Whose turn was it?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
I can start.
Okay.
Okay. Vayen bepachia. Perek Bereshit.
Parshat Bereshit.
Parashat Bereshit. The Yud Bet. So we're going to look at the commentary of Rabbeinu Bachya about the Parashat Bereshit, the first Parasha, the Torah. On the verse.
Daf Yud Bet Amud Bet.
Daf Yud Bet Amud Bet.
I believe
page 12b. Oh, in his commentary. Okay.
Yeah.
מביא ראיה לדעת הסוברים שיש באדם 3 נפשות ממרזל. He brings a proof according to those who claim that in man there are 3 souls, which is what our sages say, the Sanhedrin.
Yeah, in Sanhedrin.
In Sanhedrin. Rava Bar Agavra. And it says that Rava rated a man.
Yeah.
Chen what?
Have. It is such also so.
בספר כד הקמח, אות תף תשובה. It also says this in this book that he brings, Kad Tshuva, section Kad Akemach, section 2. יורה ששלושתם באדם נפשות שונות חלוקות זו מזו. tells us that these three souls are separated from each other, or separated from each other. כי רבא מתוך חוכמתו רחבה, שצפה והעמיק בחוכמת ספר יצירה, because when Rabbah in his tremendous wisdom, great wisdom, or when he studied the book of Yetzirah, he created this man, והטיל בו הנפש התנועה, and he gave him the nefesh of movement, ולא היה לו כוח לתת הדיבור בו, but he didn't have the power to give him the nefesh of speech, or dibur. He couldn't give him the power to speak. מצד הנפש חוכמה, which comes from the nefesh of wisdom. הרי כתוב, because it says, ולא היה לו כוח, and it says it had no power, or had no capacity. פירוש שרבא לא היה לו כוח לתת הדיבור הגולם. This means that Rabbah did not have the power to give speech to this golem. Golem. What's another word for this?
I guess you could call it an automaton, but a golem, it's a
golem. Yeah. Okay. אבל אפשר לומר שאברהם שחיבר ספר יצירה, we could say that Avraham, who wrote ספר יצירה, היה יכול להטיל גם הדיבור. He could have given his golem, or the golem speech. וכנ"ל, בתלמוד, בשין היוד פ"מ בירושלמי, or Midrash Rabbah. Like it says in the Yerushalmi, I don't know where, but it's Shin. And the Midrash. Commenting Yafa Mara.
Let's see if I can find it in the book.
115. I think it says it's Shin like Perush or like something, but I don't know. It's not Perush. Like the commentary of Yafa Mara on the Jerusalem Talmud.
Oh, okay. As explained above in the name of the commentary Yafeh Mar'eh on the Jerusalem. Beshitat Hayafeh Mar'eh B'Yerushalmi. Rabbah. Okay.
Yeah.
ובאמת.
ובאמת. There's a big section explanation. ובאמת צריך לומר. And really we should say, or we need to understand. הלא אנו רואים שיש ציפור המדברת כמו פיגאי. We know there's a bird that speaks like a parrot. I guess פיגאי, kind of parrot. So there is a bird that can speak, which is pretty crazy. לפי דברי הפרדס, and according to Shadow, man, Lucky.
That is Lucky, yes. You can hear Lucky, yes. He's gonna burn in hell for that one.
ולפי דברי הפרדס,
I'm guessing to see how cute Lucky is and be like, it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, that's usually what happens.
Yeah.
It's a flare up and then you have to calm down. Okay, so according to the words of the Pardes, the Ramak, Hanal, that we studied before, צריכים לחלק בין כל הבעל חיים לציפור המדברת. We will need to distinguish between all animals, and this bird can speak. שכל הבעל החיים הם רק מהכוחות the canal, that all of the animals are only from the forces, the powers that we just described about. So not the power of wisdom. אבל הפופיגאי הוא כמו האדם, שאי אפשר לומר כן. אבל הפופיגאי הוא כמו האדם, but the parrot, we have to say, is like man. But actually, we can't say that. It's impossible to say that.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Small font.
So he's giving another reason why you can't read the
Ramak. It's like it doesn't. There's a contradiction there. Right. אבל, לפי דברנו, but according to our or his explanation, the author, the Maharash, Maharsha.
The Maharsha is a different commentary.
So I got to do it right first. Okay. Maharsha. Who am I thinking of? Maharsha. From the Talmud.
Yeah, I am very, very impressed. You know the Maharsha. Yeah.
I don't really. I just talk. Yeah, I don't really read the Maharsha and the Talmud. And somebody showed me a Talmud, like a big Talmud, and it was like, yeah, that's all the Maharsha.
Yep.
Okay.
It's in the back end of the Talmud, the Maharsha.
Yeah. אבל לפי דברנו, according to our explanation, אין צריך לחלק. We don't need to divide the animals from the parrot. כי גם כל הבעלי חיים יש להם נפש. Because all the animals, they have nefesh. Okay. ונלקח מעשר ספירות, and the nefesh is taken.
I am impressed with how much better you're doing with the Roshei Tevot in such a short time.
Well, some of them I can.
You've gotten a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. So the nefesh is taken from the Eser Sfirot, the Noga, of Klipat Noga, of the shining husk, Canal, like we said above. That's one I know. And with all the אבל כל זה אינם מדברים שאינו מאיר בהם כוח הדיבור בגילוי. And even with that, the animals, they have the nefesh and it's taken from the shining husk, but they do not speak because the כוח הדיבור, the power of speech does not shine upon them. בגילוי, in a revealed way. שיפעול פעולתו.
It's there, it's not actually revealed.
You know what it reminds me of? Like talking about genetics and epigenetics. Yeah,
seriously. Yeah.
שיפעול פעולתו כן אומר, כי אם רק באלם או דרך מקיף. That this power of speech can only work within them in a hidden way or in a subverted way. אבל הציפור המדברת... Circumstantial. אבל הציפור המדברת, but this speaking bird, לפי שהיא ממוצע בין חי למדבר, she is somewhere in the middle of an animal and a speaking creature, which is a man. בעיר בה הדיבור דנוגה, the power of speech that comes from the shining husk does shine upon her. גם כן. Also shines upon her. ובאמת יכול להיות זה גם בכל הבעל חיים, and this really could happen to every animal. רק שאינו מאיר בגילוי. But it does not really do that. Cannot, like we mentioned. ולעת המצטרך יכול להיות שיעיר ויתגלה הדיבור Okay, now I can see where he's going. יכול שיהיה ויתגלה הדיבור, but in a certain time, it could be, this power could be shown upon and revealed, even in a behema, even in an animal. I don't know how you translate. Yeah, כמו שמצינו לאתונו של בלעם, like we see, like we find with Bilam's donkey. כמו שכתוב, like it says, ויפתח השם את פיאתו, and God opened the mouth of donkey. ומצינו בדברי רז"ל, and we saw in the teachings, the sayings of our sages, שחמורו של Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair, I read this one.
Okay.
The donkey of Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair, לא אכל תבל. I'm assuming this is somewhere in the Talmud. There's a story about the donkey of Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair that she did not eat.
If there hasn't been, if something hadn't been tithed, right? She could distinguish. She wouldn't eat if the tithe hadn't been taken out of her food yet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
לא אכלה תבל, הרי היה, לא אכלה תבל, okay, that's, okay. בידיעה להבין שתבל הוא תבל. She had the power to understand that it was not tied properly. ולהשיג בחוכמתה, שמאחר שהיא בהמת ישראל, אסור לה לאכול תבל. And to understand that because she is an animal of Israel, an Israeli owner, she is forbidden to eat untied produce.
Yeah, I'm wondering if she had been owned by a Levite or a Cohen. I guess a Cohen. I think a Cohen still isn't allowed to eat tevel until it's been tithed. I don't know. Okay. Interesting.
Good question.
Gentiles are allowed to eat tevel. At least their donkeys are.
Well, yeah, isn't there a story about somebody that wants to eat, the guy that wants to become a Kohen, but he's not even Jewish or something? And I don't know. I think maybe we talked about this. I don't get up. שזהו יפלה על האדם ומכאן כל
Ken.
כל שכן.
How much
על
more?
הבהמה.
Yeah.
Right, so it will be incredible for a person to be able to see, okay, this was tied, this was not, and so for an animal to be able to do this is crazy.
Yeah.
She does not have the nefesh of intelligence or contemplative nefesh. So he says it here. But according to our what we studied, Anal before, zeu michochmat denoga. Like we studied, this can actually come from the power of wisdom, which comes from Noga, from the shining house. לכן, יכול להיות לפעמים התגלות החוכמה והדיבור. Like we said, sometimes it could be that this power is revealed and not hidden. Like we said before, the power of wisdom, speech comes from the power of wisdom, and it's hidden in animals, but it could be revealed.
Okay, where are we? Yeah.
וגם אנו רואים, and we also see, שיכולים ללמוד הבעל החיים, שיבינו מה שידברו אליהם. That animals can actually understand what we say to them, שבעצם טבעם אין צריך להבין, that according to their nature, they don't need to know, or they don't need to know human language. שזה עושה, what is it? That is why the decision to create the blessing and grace.
I'm not sure what that thing is.
צריך להבין.
Tar hadam al habehema. Because this is the greatness of man over thing.
Decreed. So this is why the sages decreed mutar adam al habehema. That they said that a man is over the animal. ואז זה תקנו ברכת חונן הדעת. And which is
this might be in a typo in the original. Sha'al zeh, maybe? I don't know.
שעל זה תקנו.
Yeah. Well, sha'al zeh motar hadam al habehema, ועל זה תקנו ברכת חונן hadat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting, okay. אך לדברנו ענה על עתי שפיר. This makes sense. עתי שפיר.
Ati Shapir. Sorry.
עתי שפיר.
Yeah, it's
שפיר.
in Aramaic. Ati means to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go, right? Shapir means better.
Means what?
Shapir means it flows better.
Interesting. I wonder if I think May Shafir or Shapir are like the when you give birth, the water is called
Really?
May Shapir.
I didn't know.
I think. Okay.
Okay. ועוד מצינו במדרש רבה פרשת מסעה בשני הפרים של אליהו שציווה אליהו לקח שני פרים. So we find in the Midrash Rabbah in the Parsha of Maseh when it talks about the two cows of Elijah, that Elijah was commanded to take two cows, me'im echad memar'eh, echad from one pasture, vehetil goral echad la'Hashem v'ashani leBaal, and he cast lots on these two cows, and one of them was for God, and the other one was for Baal. V'hayu nevnei Baal einam yicholim lazuz et shelahem me'makomo. And there was when the prophets of Baal were trying to take their cow, the cow wouldn't go.
By the way,
what?
I'm sure somebody said this before, but this is the first twin study.
It's the first what?
Twin study.
Twin study.
Because it's the same.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize it's from one mother. Yeah. So they were brothers, the two bulls.
Yeah. So they wanted to have the same. So this is very scientific.
Yeah.
The same cow. So there's can be no difference. Yeah.
Amar Hapar. So the bull said, Shaninu me'em echad. Shnenu me'em echad. We're both from the same mother. Mipnei ma hapar shel Eliyahu yitkadesh shem shemayim. Allah. Vahu yachis. Right? He's like, hey, what's up with this? My brother gets to sanctify God's name and belong to Elijah, and here I'm forced to go with these prophets of Baal. He's got a point, poor guy. Poor boy. Eliyahu keshem sheitkadesh shem shemayim al yedei hapar shel Havaya. Kamochen yitkadesh al yedei hapar shel Baal. And Elijah reassured him and said, don't worry, just as your brother is going to sanctify God's name. Similarly, you who this bull which has to go to Baal is also going to sanctify God's name. Amar hapar b'shvu'a eini zaz mikan ad shetemsereni liyadam. And the bull said with an oath, I am not going to move from here until you give me to their hands. V'natan Eliyahu lahem et hapar. And Elijah gave them that bull. Harei hu din din et hapar asher natan lahem Eliyahu. Harei hu devarav et hapar asher natan.
As it is written, the bull that the power of
Okay.
It has it as written.
Harei lefanecha mikol haliv שנמצא הדיבור שהוא מחוכמה כמו שכתוב בחיי. Ow! Will you please stop biting me? Thank you. Canal.
I think he can understand you.
He can understand me apparently.
It's still very hidden.
If God wanted,
especially hidden.
God could open his mouth at least so he wouldn't bite me, but also for him to speak.
Right.
Kana v'hasichlit gam bebehema, and the knowledgeable soul is also in the animal lifamim at times when he's not biting you. Ve'im tomar shezehu rak מהכוחות שמתקרב זהו חיותה canal, right? And if you're going to say this is only from, so he's going back to the part to the Ramak,
yes,
that he says that it's only because he's close to, right, and when it goes away, right?
Right.
Kuta zehu mitata. And when it's no longer needed, it goes away. Me'ein yimtza bahem hadibur v'haskala. Right? Where did he get this power to swear to Elijah? No, I'm not going to move. Im lo chas v'shalom. Right?
Chas v'shalom or chas v'chalila.
Chas v'chalila. God forbid we should say such a thing. Gam ba'adam, you could say it about a human being. Nobody says that you could say about a human being that this is true. Just as you can't say such a thing about a human being. Ken ein lomar, ken domem tzomeach chaya gamken. Wow, now that's a kiddush. You can't even say it about an inanimate object. Okay, let me find a toy because honestly, this is getting very painful. Even though he hasn't broken skin yet. Okay. וכמו שכתוב בנפש הבהמה שבאדם, שנלקחה משמרי האופנים, right? And just as we say the animal soul of man comes from the how do you say shimrei haofanim? The waist of the angels. Kiyadua, mipnei shor shebemerkava, as is known about the face of the bull, which is in the chariot chul.
Okay.
Your turn.
Okay. ומה שכתב הפרדס, and what the פרדס, הרמ"ק, wrote, שאין לו נפש, יקשה עליו what he wrote about the fly or the animal, that it does not have a nefesh, is very hard to understand. ממה שכתוב בזוהר בכמה מקומות, because of what we read in the Zohar in various places. מהם בפרשה משפטים על פסוק, וכי ימכור כד, הפסוק וכי ימכור כ"ד, או כד את על יד ברנש, יאבין לנפשה מסיתרא דבעירא. So we bring a verse from the Zohar. Talks about a verse. On the verse, I'll read in English. If a man should sell, this is from Exodus, that it says when a man is born, he is giving a soul from the side of the animal, and it says if he merits more, etc. ולדעתו של הרמ"ק, זיכרונו לברכה, and according to the רמ"ק, שאין לה נפש כלל, that the animal does not have a נפש, מהו שכן שנותנים נפש מסתרה דבהמות טהורות? מהו שכן שנותנים נפש מסתרה דבהמות? Why did we just read that they do give it a nefesh? Misitra the behemot torah, they said pure animals. Okay, like the animals that you can eat. I assume. Alo hen la nefesh klal. Did he say that it has no nefesh? He's asking.
Yeah.
Ela. Al
ken tzarich lihiyot, I believe.
על כן צריך להיות, זה אומר, שגם בדומם צומח, so what we must understand for this, that it must be saying that also in inanimate object and plants, אם מצא נפשות המחיות אותם, we will also find souls that enliven them. וישנם גם קודם בואם לגוף הדומם צומח חי. And these souls exist, or they exist before they come to the body of the inanimate and a plant and living object.
Yeah.
ואינו בבחינת הניצוצים דתו, and כנ"ל. And those the souls are there are aspects of the sparks of tohu, of chaos, like we mentioned before. We talked about it,
Yeah.
אחר הפרדס לא ידע בתוהו, והוא
שבירת הכלים.
What?
ושבירת הכלים.
שבירת הכלים. הוא לא ידע מתו ושבירת הכלים, לכן כתב כנ"ל. So the Ramak, the Pardes, did not know of chaos and breaking of the vessels. That's why he wrote what he wrote.
Right. That's his explanation, ultimately, that the Pardes, like the Ramak, because he was unaware of these concepts, therefore he wasn't speaking about the, he didn't know about the animal souls.
Right, that's where they come from.
That they come from, a source that he was unaware of.
Interesting.
Yeah. Vehine, Amru Razal Benida, Daf Yud Gimel Amud Bet. So our sages said in the tractate Nida on page 13b, Ein Ben David Ba Ad Sheichlu Kol Haneshamot Shebaguf, that the Messiah is not going to come until all of the souls that are in this chamber of souls called Guf have been exhausted. The Messiah can't come. Shneimar ki ruach milifnei מלפניי יעטוף ונשמות אני עשיתי, because it says, I don't know where in the Bible, but that the
Isaiah.
the winds come before me and wrapped before me, and I have made the souls. Rashi, Zal, Zalashono, and this is what Rashi says. Shabaguf cheder, that there's a room called Guf. Ubetosfot hiksha mema'amar razal. And Tosfot, which is a commentary on Rashi, by his grandsons, ask from a different saying of the sages, Ilmale shamru Israel shtei Shabbatot kehilchatan. Right? They say if all of Israel were to have kept, I mean, some people say even today, if all Israel keep 2 Shabbatot, like they should be, but certainly when we refer to the Shabbatot back after maybe the Shabbatot right around Ma'amad Sinai.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you puppy are going to stop driving me nuts.
Can I read this with us?
Miyad hayu nigalim, they would immediately be redeemed. So how could it be that all of the souls that were waiting in Guf, they have to, that is a precondition for the coming of the Messiah. The Tirats, and they gave an answer to that, Shahayu Yoldot Harbe Bekeres Achad, that it would have been possible because all of the women would have given birth to multiples. That would have been quite a thing of multiples. V'chen Amru Razal Ba'avodah Zarah Daf Hey Amud Aleph, and similarly, the sages said in Tractate Avodah Zarah on page 5a, Uvetosfot Hiksha, and in Tosfot they ask, Ve'im Tomar Yichlu Al Yedei Acherim, Kavanato Al Yedei Umot HaOlam, right? So if you're going to say that possibly the souls would be exhausted by the number of Gentiles having children, right? Shehiyu Molidim, Omer Harav Al Chanan. I believe that's one of the Tosfot. Is
Tosfos.
Okay. Then the Neshamot Shel Israel Einam Beguf Achad Imahen. He actually says no. There's 2 different chambers. There's a chamber of souls for Jews, and there's a chamber of souls for Gentiles. Umatzati be what is it?
Ein Yaakov.
Be Ein Yaakov Yashan. Okay, I found in an old Ein Yaakov. Maybe, or I guess an old version of Ein Yaakov. Maybe Divrei HaTosfot bePerush the Neshamot Shel Israel v'Shel Nochrim Einam Beguf Achad. That it also explains that there's 2 different chambers, one for Jews and one for Gentiles. Vahuda Amar Atida Sheteled le what is that? The Yamot HaMashiach?
Yamot HaMashiach, what is it? In the future, we shouldn't from. During the days of Mashiach, yeah.
Okay. Shema Yesh Lomar Guf Chadash V'Neshamot Chadashot. Right? So that when we say that people will be born during the time Messianic era, that comes, there's going to be a new storehouse of souls, and these will be new souls. וכן הווה ביבמות, דף ס"ב, אמר, Aleph, or on page 62a in Tractate Yavamot, the
63.
And page 63b, Ube Yalkut Betalia, and in a, I don't know what this collection is, but
He says Shimoni.
oh, okay. So Yalkut Shimoni, okay. Ramaz Remez Tet Lamed Aleph. That's 831.
Yeah.
Ubechagiga Daf Yud Bet on 12b in the tractate Chagiga, Shebe'aravut Neshamot She'atidin Lahibarot, that because of the enticement, I guess, of the souls that will be created in the future, the Kativ Kiruach Chulu, because somewhere in the Bible it says a soul. Hare dat harav el chanan, shegam lenochrim yesh lahem gam ken guf shel neshamot, rak she'enam beguf echad im neshamot Yisrael. Right? So his opinion is that there's two chambers of souls, one for Jews and one for Gentiles. Ubiyakut be Eov, Remez, Taf, Kuf, Yud, Vav. So in a collection of Midrashim on Job, chapter 916. Amar Rabbi Yitzchak ben Chana?
No, Amar. Wait, where? Ari.
This is in Yalkot and Yod.
Amar Rabbi Yoshua.
Yoshua ben something?
Chanina.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know Rabbi Yoshua ben Chanina's initials. בשעה שהרוח יוצא הקדוש ברוך הוא מרשלו בהרים ומשברו בגבעות, that when this wind goes out, God merashlo beharim. What do you say? How do you translate merashlo beharim?
He strands it in the hills and breaks it against the heights.
Yeah, breaks it against the heights. That in the Amar, the
Vod, and says to it, Amarle maybe.
Oh, Amarle has Hazohar Shalot Hazik et Briotai. He's a hair. Be careful. I was like, it says in the Zohar, and he says to it, Amarle, he's a hair Shalot Hazik et Briotai, that you shouldn't do anything bad to my creations. Ma shekatuv,
as it is, yeah. Mashkatu.
Oh, as it is, the oh, okay. Ki ruach milfana ya'atov. The verse in Isaiah where we said, "Neshamot ani es." Mahu ya'atov. What does it mean that it that it's wrapped up? Mishalahi kamo de amar behitatef alai ruach. Like it says, as I dress in winds. V'kol kach lama b'shvil v'neshamot ani asiti.
What's okay? So But the ruach that is before me shall I. For the ruach that is before me shall enfold the souls I've created. What does the word enfold imply? My ruach that enfold itself upon me. Why say all this? For the souls that I've created.
Okay, they're darshaning that verse in Isaiah.
Yeah.
Hine lashon briti mashma shave kol bria afilu ba'alei chai v'kol sheken umot ha'olam. And from the way that they speak about creation, it is implied that there is a because when he makes the winds agree not to damage God's creation, right? That includes even animals. How much more so Gentile souls? The kulam mikra echad, the neshamot ani asiti, and all of that is one verse with I have made souls. V'zeu kedat harav Elchanan, the gam lenachrin yesh guf shel neshamot, and this is this also accords with what Rabbi Elchanan said, that also Gentiles have a chamber of souls called guf. When Midrash Rabbah Bereshit Perek Chaf Daled in chapter 24, Mevi Hadrash Hanal, it brings also this drash, this explanation. V'nir'eh barur ledat shalashon briotai, that this word, my creations, which God uses, koi gam al umot ha'olam, it also includes Gentiles. Shemafaresh sham gimel ruchot al yedei shiyatzau shelo b'mishkal haya ha'olam charav. That there were three, well, I guess the three directions, but three winds. Al yedei shiyatzau shelo b'mishkal. Since they weren't measured correctly, the world would have been destroyed. If they were not measured correctly, yeah. But
He said the way he writes it here, that the three winds that were untamed.
Oh, okay. Then they would have destroyed the world?
And were destroyed, yeah.
So
it says the three winds were untamed, entered the world, and were destroyed. So they Mishkal Haya Olam Charev. Even though it says here, it sounds like the subject is the world, not the winds.
Okay. Echad b'yamei Yonah, one during the days of Jonah. Echad b'yamei Iyov, one during the days of Job. Echad b'yamei Eliyahu. Chashiv gam Iyov. Hagam shehaya me'umot ha'olam. We see that he counts among them also Job, who was a Gentile. Shaya mi shalosh yatzei paro, that he was one of the three counselors of Pharaoh. Iyov, Bilam, v'Yitro, right? Job, Bilam, and Jethro. K'ma'amar Razal, like our sages said, Iyov sheshatak nidon b'yisurim, that it was because he was quiet and didn't say anything to Pharaoh. That's why he had misfortunes come upon. Ve'im ken lashon v'neshamot koi gam al umot ha'olam. See that the soul that when we talk about neshama, right, which is a higher level of soul, that's also talking about Gentiles. Umekol sheken nefesh habehamit sheben bnei neshamot Israel. That, and definitely when we talk about the animal soul of Gentiles, va'ayen b'yafat Torah perek Chaf Daled, in chapter 24, Sof something Daled, Sof Saif Daled.
Yeah, towards the end of section 4.
Okay. Mevi dat harav Rav Elchanan Baal HaTosfot. He talks about Rav Elchanan the Tosfot Tanakh. The Katav Shedivrei harav Rav Elchanan kanim ba'atzmam, that they are true themselves. Tivna la'ayil, like I wrote earlier in chapter 2, Saif Gimel, the Sham lo matzati, but I wasn't able to find where he said he originally wrote it. The ulai zehu ta'ut hadfus, and this might be some sort of typo. Baal HaMeor? What's the Shar
Emek HaMelech.
Emek HaMelech. Okay.
Emek HaMelech.
I don't know these books, which
by Rabbi Naftali Hertz.
Sounds good. In the chapter about God's pleasures, Shashuei HaMelech, the king's pleasures, Perek Aleph, and in something else. What's the name?
Iggrot Kodesh.
Okay, that's another book I've never heard of. Chelek Bet, Volume 2, Perek Lamed Zayin, Chapter 37, and in another book I've never heard of.
Tov Roy.
Okay, Tov Roy. Okay. Siman Tavkuf Lamed Aleph, 531. כתב שעניין עד שיכלו נשמות שבגוף זהו תיקון על חטא אדם הראשון. Says that why is it that all of these souls have to be exhausted? It is to rectify the sin of Adam. וכן have בספר something else, another book I don't know.
Nezer HaKodesh.
Nezer HaKodesh on the Midrash Rabbah, and in the Sefer, I guess it was Yafet Torah.
Yafet Torah,
yeah. Va'adam harishon haya kolel kol hanashamot shenichlal, that within first Adam was included all of the souls. Shenichlal bezeh gam nefashot umot ha'olam, which also included the souls of the Gentiles. Va'ayan besefer hagilgulim, Perek Aleph u'Perek Gimel, and see in the Sefer Gilgulim in chapter 1 and 3. That is Sefer Gilgulim of Rabbi Chaim Vital. Stop. Okay.
That's it.
Done.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to actually just finish? Do you have time?
I mean, I think we finished, but yeah, we can. I mean, like in his book, he ends. There's a conclusion.
Okay.
I don't know what this is.
No. Right. This is another. Yeah, that's the end of. We finished it. We did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, that's the next thing. So, yeah, and to plug the book one more time, it's available on Amazon. The Case for Animal Souls by Jonathan D. Gordon, who may or may not be a friend of mine. You will never know.
Yeah. May or may not exist. May or may not be a pen name.
May or may not be a pen name, but he's not a pen name. You can actually find Jonathan. Pretty easily, actually. So, what are we going to do next?
I don't know.
Do you want to do the Mishnah?
We could. I mean, I'm going through. Is any specific one? I mean, I'm going through Daf Yomi.
I mean, where did you say you are in Daf Yomi?
Well, now I just started Tanit. Just finished Rosh Hashanah, Tanit, which I studied before, or like the Gemara a little bit.
Okay.
Can do that. Mm-hmm.
We can talk about it. We don't have to decide right now.
Have you read Iggrot Kodesh?
I have not. Also, I noticed because Lucky's been pulling books off the shelves that I bought Derech Mitzvotecha, and Derech Mitzvotecha is another thing. That's Samach Tzedek. That's the third one. And I have heard Mitzvat Tefillah is really, really good in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another option. We don't have to trade. We can
decide. We need to bring the options. Yeah,
and people can comment in the comments what they would like to see or not. And if it's actually something good, then God will tame the animal soul of Lucky, and I'll be able to do it without getting bit 1,000,000 times.
How's the Talmud with Donnie going? I haven't seen it, but I see it's still running.
Hard, honestly. Like, I don't have the brain power I used to have. It's really hard. I mean, and we're only doing Bekiut. We're not even doing Be'iyun. And it is really, really hard. And yeah, if you're gonna do it right, you have to either be doing it more times than we are. Like, we're skipping weeks and stuff, as opposed to doing a couple of times in 1 week in order to remember things, because remembering pages of Talmud is incredibly difficult. Okay.
Right, you can be talking about the same Mishnah and like the same Sugya span.
Yeah, how much Talmud have you done?
Not enough.
Not enough. Well, that's true of all of us. But
not enough. I definitely need to do more. But it is, I mean, part of it is that it's difficult because it requires a lot of sitting down. Like, I can't do it. I can't do like a Daf Yomi Talmud. Like, that would be like at the level where it's really not recognizable.
No. Daf Yomi would be a full-time job. If you're going to do it right, Daf Yomi can be a full-time job.
I had a Chavruta on Brachot, which I've kind of neglected for various reasons, but so I need to get back on that. We were learning Brachot more. It's still in Bekiut, but more seriously. So that's been a lot of fun and very good. So I'll probably start that again.
Okay, if I don't take this dog on a walk, he will murder me. He's already kind of murdering me. So let's end this, and we will.
There was actually a question here.
Are you allowed to say Misha Berach? I know I spelled that proper. No, that's right. For pets, I would not do that in a synagogue. And as I said before, I do not say Misha Berach outside of a synagogue context with a Torah. So I personally would say that if that is your concern, you are certainly, I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with saying Tehillim for pets. daily chumash. Okay. I mean,
That's another thing that we could possibly do, like Or Chaim.
Oh, you want to do Orach Chaim on the chumash?
Could be.
I would have to pretend to be Jewish for a minute. Yeah. Okay, stop.
You could do a good. You could do a good job.
Wow.
Oh no.
Now you did break skin. Stop breaking skin. Okay, somebody needs to go for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for daily chumash, what people do for daily chumash is so Shabbat has 7 parshiot, right? So 7 aliyot. Sorry. So there are 7 people who get called up for the Torah reading, and what many people do, especially Chabad, is they will read each day of the week one aliyah. So you read the first aliyah. Oh, okay. So if you go to Sefaria, here, let's hold on. Let me incapacitate this puppy for at least this, so I can actually do something.
I can try to bring it up too.
Are you trying to stop me from one-handed incapacitating a puppy, and on the other hand? Okay, so if you go to Tanakh and you go all the way, and you go to Genesis, right? You'll see that there are Torah portions, and they are in aliyot. Or you can go to Chabad.org, right? So Torah portions are the segments that are read each week on the Sabbath, and sometimes 2 parshas are read on the same week. That's why you might just want to go to Chabad.org. Here, I will show you.
I'll give you the parasha of this week.
They will,
right, and the 7 aliyot are basically 7 sections of the parasha.
Yeah, so if you go to Chabad and you do learning weekly parsha, right? So it's Chabad.org, and you go to the weekly parsha. It tells you what this week's parsha is, right? And it has the aliyah summaries, right? There's and you can click and you can read the first aliyah, right? And there you go. So that's how it works. And people do first, second, third. So I guess this Shabbat is going to be very different. We bring out 3 Sifrei Torah.
Yeah, it's 3.
Yeah, because it's Hanukkah, it's
Rosh Chodesh.
Yeah, and there's a Parsha, right? So, yeah, it's a.
Okay, so that's another option. Or Chaim, if you have another one.
Or
Ben Ezra.
Even that's way too long.
Yeah, okay. That can be long too.
Even the Orach Chaim, I mean,
is very long. Yeah.
To do all of the Orach Chaim.
I can do selected. Yeah, I can do.
I mean,
I have a book. That is translation.
Yeah. I mean, we could try doing Chumash Rashi, but even Chumash Rashi is like, I spent 2 years with a friend and we got through Genesis. So I've only done every Rashi in Genesis. I don't think I've done much of the rest of the Torah. So if you want to do Chumash Rashi, we could do Chumash Rashi.
Mm-hmm. Could do them too, but I would want to do it this week's parsha.
If you want to do a whole week's parsha with Rashi,
no. I'm saying like it doesn't need to be a whole week, but like this week.
Okay, so we start and we do as much as we can for this week with the Rashi. Yeah, we would probably be able to do like the first aliyah or maybe the first couple of aliyahs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's one option. Okay, so we have a few things.
We have options. We have options.
We have options.
Yes. Okay. I am going to take this dog for a walk because he will murder me. Good night, people. Ow. The summaries are on Chabad.org, weekly Parsha. Okay. Bye, people.